My name's Jenny. I study German and Spanish, and I am in fourth year. Okay, so my year abroad was comprised of quite a lot of different elements. The first 7 months I was in Freiburg in southern Germany, like in the Black Forest. For the first part of that, I was working in a small art gallery, a modern art gallery, and for the second part of that, I worked in the office of an orchestra, but it was a community orchestra, so I was also able to play along with them, which was really lovely. And then for the last sort of 3 months, I lived also in Germany on the island of Sylt in the North Sea, in the village which is the most northern village in the whole of Germany. So that was very sort of rural and by the sea, and that was a really, really lovely place to live. And I think I probably enjoyed that the most. And I chose these places. Well, I knew that I wanted to work on my year abroad because I thought that would be the best for my language skills and also to get work experience for after university and to like try out different jobs. So I tried to get some experience in like arts and culture, and I found accommodation for the first 2 months of my year abroad. So I moved over and then decided to look for more accommodation whilst I was there. But on the island of Sylt, the accommodation was the payment for the volunteer position. So the accommodation was free. I all lived together with all the other volunteers in a big, like, converted town hall, basically, but because it was such a small village, this was like just a big thatched house, really. Everything was very quaint on this island. So that was really lovely. We all lived together and we cooked together, and it was free of charge. So a good way to get accommodation sometimes is through these volunteer positions, which a lot of German students do as part of like a freiwillig ökologisches Jahr, so like a service year, like national service, but yeah, voluntary and ecological. I was quite happy to find out that you can still get the normal student finance that you'd get whilst you're in England, whilst you're on your year abroad. So I just continued to get that student finance from the student finance company, as well as the bursary I get from the university for coming from a low-income family. That was also continued. For my year abroad project, I decided to do a dissertation because I thought I'd probably like to do a dissertation again in the fourth year, so it would be good to like already have done one. And I did it on. I did my year abroad dissertation on a German photographer who moved to Argentina because I was studying German, but also a lot of Latin American studies, and I wanted to find a way to bridge that together. The best moment of my year abroad was when I was working with the orchestra in Freiburg. They also had an office in Berlin. And as it was a project orchestra, they'd just get people together to do a massive concert every now and again. And the project I helped to work on was a rock symphony concert in the Berlin Philharmonic Hall. And I was also allowed to sit along and I was also allowed to play along at the back because I play cello, like not the best, but it was a mixture of amateurs and professionals, so I was allowed to join in. So yeah, I played a concert in the Berlin Phil on my year abroad. And also just the entire time on the island of Sylt was just really idyllic because the island's so long and thin that everywhere is the beach, so it was just like 3 months at the beach.